Duval County, here in Florida. On the banks of the St. Johns River, we look inside Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Cam Little kickoff for the Jaguars.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. That's Cam Little set to start this. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. His initial touch, good for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's go now.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And they'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Hey, run!
Play action now. It's Lawrence. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one. And now it's 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go, set.
His drive will start on the ground. Oh, big hole left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Carolina. That touchdown, number 11 on the year. Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Panthers will take a 7-0 lead.
Jaguars nothing. Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
Their own 29-yard line.
Rip, 13 loop. Hey, Ginger. Zach. 11.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
And he's going to take this past the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
I like the change of pace. The idea that you want to keep the ball on the ground, but you don't want to do it in the traditional sense of just turning around and handing it off to your running back. So this time, they give it to the wide receiver, they get him in space, get the ball in his hands, and he turns it into a solid game.
And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
That's good for a Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Easy. Read a 24.
Lawrence going to give it to Jinton. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to his running back, Facial Chutin. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Jacksonville.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
He'll dump this out wide to Chutin. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
12 more yards.
These two in rhythm. 12 more yards and a first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
In the pistol, here's Lawrence. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Into space. Inside the 30. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Carolina. No problem there on the extra point. Panthers will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. He'll start at the 4. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Hey, Lion.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike. Make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. He'll get this complete left side to Johnston. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Brought down by Trevin Wallace. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Panthers' 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 5.
Rip, 23.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. The Panthers off to the early advantage. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this.
Take it up. Come on, teamwork.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Red on red. Here we go.
Lawrence. That'll be complete to Tootin. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches.
Hey, kill. Decent 24.
Now, this looks like a design run. He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
A loss of a yard.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Lawrence to throw for it on 4th down. And he's going to have the 1st down. Aggressive call there. It works out as they convert on 4th down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
And he broke through the initial contact, winds up getting about 3. It's 2nd down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And they continue to turn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
And the Jaguars, first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Ship. Hey, Lion.
Here's a designed run. And he will take it in himself. Trevor Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars. The dual threat of the quarterback. When you have one that can run, why not use him, especially down here, Greg? And they punch it in for the touchdown.
There's nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than down here near the goal line when he can call his own number. And in this case, that's exactly what he does, and he's able to take it in himself.
The score Panthers 14, Jaguars 7. Cam Little of the kickoff for the Jaguars.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Up the middle they go. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
19 Lions.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
Here's a toss, right side, and that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Here we go, set.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Off balance throw, it's complete. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
One of the biggest challenges of playing zone defense is defending a quarterback when they break contain of the pocket. All the zones have to move along with the quarterback, and it is just a lot of stress put back there, and you're able to find a soft spot, and they're able to connect.
On the 6.
3rd down, they need 5.
Let's take 19. Set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
He'll look to throw. Rolling right. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, when you decide to pick up those yards with your feet, You got to pay a price, and in this case, he takes a big shot, but not before he's able to pick up that first down.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On 2nd down, they run the counter. He'll get about 2. Boye Aluaku with the play.
37-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. He's got his man. That's Leakett. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 21 as they get the conversion on 4th down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection, and it's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this 1st half. Ball is at the 8 for 2nd and goal.
Set. 72 and look.
And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. So that pass interference in the end zone puts the pressure on the defense. It is 1st and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Panthers. His big game continues. His 3rd touchdown in this one. Numbers 11, 12, and 13 on the year.
The score, Panthers 21.
So his big 1st half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book. See if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes a return from the 3. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
These are 24. Hey, Ginger, time.
Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Here we go.
2nd down, Lawrence. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the 1st down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
1st down.
Hey, go.
1st and 10 at the
To throw. Lawrence. He'll go right back to Myers. And he'll be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's a pickup at 9. Is going to set up 2nd and 1.
The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. As you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Second and 10.
Rip, 23.
Lawrence. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. 13 yards on the catch there. That's good for a Jaguars first down.
At the 45-yard line.
All right, let's go. It's hot. It's hot.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Throwing right. That's Johnston. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. He'll dump this out wide to Tootin. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Hey, run!
On first and 10, Lawrence. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and
8. 11, Agate. These are 24. Here we go.
Lawrence now. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
On the set. Set.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. First down throw there is incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Here we go.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They get 18 on that one. It's a Carolina first down.
18 on the play. And the Panther first down.
70.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
70 Lions.
Leggett in motion. From the gun, they'll try to run it. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Leggett. It's second down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
To the air once more on second down. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them first and goal.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Taking off, and he's in! Touchdown, Carolina. His second rushing touchdown of the year. On now is Fitzgerald for the PAT. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready? Tag! Bronco 80!
Back to throw here to begin the drop. that one too far out in front to be brought in. And it's incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
Lawrence now on second down. That's to the right side, and incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Third and 10.
On red. Go. Stern, this is hot.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And this is caught on the sideline. Going to have the first down. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. They say the feet were out of bounds. Wow. Big, tight call there. For the moment, it'll be fourth down. Jaguars ready to punt this one away, as he's on to punt for the second time. That'll be returnable from the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Now a run on first down. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of one.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll drop to throw. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Third and long. Back to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. A gain there of 20. It's good for a Panther first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They'll look to throw again. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this third quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Well, we see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. They'll run. And he cannot get free. Only a yard to the 3. Forcing 4th down. Here's Ryan Fitzgerald to try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Panthers will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Red on red. Hey, tomato. Done.
On 1st down, Lawrence. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And he will take this one in. 73 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. They'll go with a counter on 1st down, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch. And in this case, what guys are unwilling.
He's got his man. That's Leggett. 20-yard pickup there. It's a Carolina 1st down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And they bring them down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game. They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now, faking the give. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. The Jaguars have it. Still on the move. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
And this is caught. So an 8-point swing. What a turn here. The fumble return for touchdown, and they tack on 2 more for good measure.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
Let's go.
They'll stick with him again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Panther 1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
Time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll drop to throw. Oh, open man. That's weekend. And they are in great shape. He's taken the 10. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go.
At the 6-yard line.
Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Panthers. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Panthers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
At their own 21-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Hey, run!
Lawrence. To the middle of the field. He's got Johnston. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. 2 timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. Over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Tyreek Stevenson.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. They're 2nd, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Handoff here, up the middle. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Now the Jags will use their 3rd and final timeout. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. 3rd, they need 8. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. On 4th down, on comes Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This will be returned from the 6. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. Quick throw, taken in.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Here's a big one. This third down.
Hey, easy, Ralph.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short, and that's going to make it fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Rip, 23.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down. They wind up getting 13 yards on that fourth down conversion. So this one a win for the visiting Panthers. They bounce back from the loss.